name's on it. You're the writer, you're the creator, whatever's going to be. Your name travels with that book. So you're responsible for all the content, anything you did in it, you are responsible for it.
Yes,
That's why I say you gotta be careful too. But also another thing, I kind of not literally slap people about it, but I say, Eric, look at my comic book. I love your stuff. You know, all right, your cover is gonna be your cover. That's fine. But when the back of your cover is saying, I'm sorry to say this, but kablam, I have to put it down because you take responsibility for your own damn product. Because you go work with kablam, they'll never promote you unless you put some money in their pocket to promote you. But and also the back of the cover of everything is some girl with boobs and holding a wrench. I mean, for you to get cheaper pricing on your book. Now, if you're gonna use kablam, I say this: don't use it in your advertising. Just pay for your book. Take total responsibility for your own work. Do not have kablam be in the back of your book because it just looks cheesy and cheap. You wear their t-shirts to the con. I'm sorry, you're promoting them. You ain't doing a damn thing for yourself.
Name one big company that's run by us. Let's answer all the questions right now. Name one that's run by us. See, this is what we gotta do. See, this is the whole change of things right now. Even though I'm working with everybody, I don't care what color you are. So just like I said, you know, I got a rainbow coalition group. So I got everything.
I'm getting.
And then we got my main editor, chief editor. So we have everything. And my thing is, if we don't work with everybody, like I tell the kids when I teach, if we don't work with it, how are you going to get along in the world? If all the poor people don't work together, you'll never make it. Because if one's going to sit there and try to separate himself, he's going to fail anyway. But all of us, we're going to stay strong. But we watch all these guys have made. I've seen them come and go. They come out with one book, sit for 5 years, and wonder why nobody's buying my stuff no more. Because you had it for 5 years.
5 years, ain't nothing new.
You sat on it
all day.
You come out with books that don't do nothing. And the main thing I'm seeing a lot of these guys, if it ain't looking like Marvel, DC, and blackface manga, your total real sellout because manga is nothing but graffiti that they stole that blacks couldn't sit there and say this is art infringement law because this is ours. Now you're watching now you see the kids watching the Get Down like, oh, it was on trains and stuff first. Yeah, that was ours first. All that stuff was ours first, but we could not own anything. And laws wasn't made for us yet.
Nope.
That's why they stole half of our ideas, used us up. That's why people, what? Well, Disney got half of this stuff, and yeah, the brother was putting in work. Oh, what? The little brother putting a lot of this work? Yeah. Now you've been bamboozled again, and then you still scratch your head. Well, I'm going to see the movie next because they're going to have another princess movie.
Really?
We just told you what was going on in your face, and you will be like, you know what? There's not a female out there putting stuff out there for little girls and stuff as coming up with princesses. So if you don't have a female writing this story and main artist on it, why are you still taking your daughter to a man-made movie that ain't got females doing what they were like when they were kids talking about this is what I want in my princess movie. You got some guy talking about, oh, I got this way, I want it done. I don't care if you're trying to get a female on the project.
Yeah.
And let that female do the stuff. I talked to one of my friends, James from PLB, and he was like, you know what? Put the girls on here. I'll write the whole thing up. You put her on there. I said, you know what? That's smart because I don't want to touch it. I'll do a blue pencil and say, go for broke. And I'll let the go for broke because you know what? Women need this much as we do. There's something that a black man can't hide, a black female can't hide, and a white female guy. We can't hide it. We're the ones stuck. We're the ones stuck. You can be light skinned all you want. You're going to realize it. Just like Obama, like people are trying to say back in the day, if you're mixed, you're white, and then we found out. Like I told people back in the day, watch, you're gonna be niggas too. As soon as Obama got in office, what? Yeah, you're mixed, and guess what you are? What? You're a nigga.
Nigga, really? I'm a nigga?
No, yeah, right? I did not believe this. See, I could tell all the kids at school when they were wearing their Coca-Cola sweaters and their Gap and all that type of stuff, and they thought they were better. And I was like, no, well, really, if your daddy's black, you're black. And see, and we put this in the comic book. It's something totally different because that's a different conversation that you're having. Now, in Marvel DC, they wouldn't have this conversation.
Oh, no. They got to be politically correct.
It will be a whole different thing like, fella, how have you been? And it'll be like a whole different thing, and Batman will be talking with his son. And something it wouldn't be any of this. It'd be like, well, the suit was cold. Yes, I know.
But you know, we lost a lot of realness from the writing comic books when we lost away McDuffie. We lost a lot of realness.
And that's what I was going to get to. Like, when you watch Static Shocker with different conversations at that table with what his dad was eating with his kids that they don't show. They don't like to show males with their children. I'm sorry, they'll put a female with a mixed husband with his wife. They'll put two gays on there before they'll put a black and a black woman, and they're kissing, and they have their kids. They won't even go to Good Times no more. Like, oh no, that's family value. So this is why I would put the family value on there, like Dwayne McDuffie was talking about. Break the rule. Put all the brothers in there, all the sisters on there. We break that rule because we are a family union. And the thing is, and people have to realize that's why when you see Black Lives Matter, the government thing now, and that's why it's white people on the front line now. Because their nephews and nieces now are that mixed generation, and they know what it is. And that's why I said, if you put that conversation in a book, people talk. But if you have the 60-something years of the exact same stuff with different artists, what can you really get out of it? You could be a collector. I understand that. Just like me, I'm a collector. if I read, I'm going to a different time. I'm like, oh, Jim Lee, but I like Jack Kirby's knees in this era, so I'm going to go for this. This is what I'm going to draw.
But has the story changed? Is the question.
But then that's the thing.
Has the story changed?
The Avengers to the only thing that's changed is they got a different artist and they put their little twist and say, you know what? Instead of using the Beyonder, because this guy's a real big guy, and he can do all this super duper stuff, and he's super like a giant. We'll use the Titans. The young kids have never read the other ones.
Yeah. They
don't know who the Beyonder is. The Beyonder, I don't know, some cheap looking guy in a silver suit. I'm like, yo, he's one of the baddest things that you ever seen in the comic book. If you go buy the novel, you're paying at the wazoo because that's one of the Secret Wars 1 and 2 are the best. And then when you gave it to us this time, I was like, what's going on? Like, Attack of the Titans is that famous for now. Just like anime, just like you get another Little Wayne, you got Little Wayne here, but next thing you know, you got 13 other Little Waynes, and they got pink hair, and they got their little get up with net shirts on, and they got tattoos on them. They looking like Little Wayne. They got two singles like Little Wayne, but the thing is, they ain't Little Wayne. They're just for him to wait till his new album comes out and more sellout. So and that's what they're going for now.
Then we bulldoze over again.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing. I'm seeing a lot of this at Comic-Con. We're seeing so much of it as I'm going to come out with my manga guys. They're going to look like Marvel and DC. They're going to come out with cornrows with a mask on, but they'll look like Marvel and DC. I'm like really sick and tired of seeing this shit because it's really starting to look like fucking Boondocks. You got Boondocks with no story content.
Yeah,
there's no flash, there's no flare. All the shit looks like fucking gimmick. And the thing is, won't y'all pick up a fucking book and read up, Brother Man, Brother Discipline, and you look up the book and you're like, yo, the content, the first 3 pages is like, oh my god, I just learned like 5 new words. I know this guy's an attorney. He's seen what, and the thing is, you might even want to be an attorney instead of being an artist now. Now you're picking up with this guy, and that made me want to stay out of jail. I'm like, yo, this guy's disciplined. He has no powers, but he's kind of like Batman with pulled up socks, and he's figuring out his dad is fighting for rights. I said, my household is total opposite. I said, but my brother's like this. He's like the dude, I'm going to fight for the power. My dad be like, well, that's not Christian, boy. That's just not Christian. And, you got that family unit, and you're like seeing this in the book, and in a way it's written so beautiful. Then you see Dwayne McDuffie does the exact same thing in Static Shock, and then you get Icon and Rocket, and it's the most beautiful story I've ever. That and Brother Man are probably the only 2 stories I think they're the best stories I've ever read.
And guess what?
And
they're original.
And they're original stories.
The original stories. That's the thing is getting back to that subject again about how different is your stuff from Marvel DC. How different is from the stuff you already see. Now, of course, keep one thing in mind. Everything's already been done in the industry. Depends how you're going to repackage it. And also, is it going to flare? We're black writers, but guess what? When you look at our content, we have all different ethnics in our book, and we stand upon diversity.
Yeah.
We don't care what color you are, we don't care what sexuality you are. I don't care if you're a damn furry. If you like wearing furry suits at like Anthrocon, I don't care. What I do care about is what my name is going on because they said, there's no discrimination in what I do. I tell it like it is. I don't shortcut anything. I make it do what it do. But that's what you're responsible for also when you're doing your own work is that make sure it's palatable for a lot of people. That's how you get your reputation up. That's how you get your credits up. Also, hint for San Diego Comic-Con, because I have to submit this year every 3 years to submit a new work. So that means if I know you at a con, and let's say you don't go to San Diego, it's too expensive to get in, or it's too hard for me to get a ticket. Well, if you're a true professional, hint, hint, professional, meaning that you actually have published work that you have to submit every 3 years and make sure it's new, because they won't take you in as a professional for free admission if you don't have a published comic book or novel every 3 years. They won't take your ass in. So that tells me who the true creators are and who aren't. So let that be a lesson to you. Make sure you are producing a product, not just art prints. A product, an actual book. Yes, it makes a difference. It makes you, it actually has your name stand out. Yes, I am not just an artist. I'm actually a published writer. I'm actually a published artist that have books out. It makes a big difference.
So you can be proud of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, when you see their stuff, they're just so mad at it because nobody wants to buy my stuff because it looks like somebody else's stuff. It looks like a carbon copy. You have no freaking idea or clue what you got. I seen this guy, Andre Batts. I love this stuff. I was like, dude, why ain't everybody else like you? He was like, everybody ain't creative like that. I'm like, oh shit, for real? I was blew my mind. I'm like, this is an Afro Comic Con thing going on, and you the only brother got like 20 something books. I'm like, this boy is a beast. I said, I scratched my head. I'm like, yo, I got to go home and figure this out because if he's doing this, he's kicking butt.
And he has himself, especially for quote unquote black Comic Cons. You have, okay, granted, black artists here and there. Most of them don't have any published books, but they're special guests. That doesn't compute. They don't have any published work out there to get out there in the media to get in people's hands. They're just prints. Yeah. It tells no story. It tells nothing about the person. It tells nothing about that writer, the artist behind it. There's nothing. Guys that should be special guests are guys that actually have product out in the marketplace that actually is going places and getting in people's hands and getting their ideas, philosophies in those books. I don't care if it's a comic book or a novel.
Dreadlocks is beautiful. I mean, there's so much more you can gravitate when you see it. And then you got what's his name, Alex, the one that has Blackjack. Oh my God, the books are freaking outrageous. Like, and the thing is, like, these guys should be the main dog, big guys. You know, like the Wide and like, we wish Milestone would come, but I know that's corporation. When you have DC on your label, that's like me sitting there saying, I'm not down with Puff Daddy, but I got Puff Daddy Entertainment on top of my shit with MTV written on them. Like, this is my own stuff. I produce my own label. No, but who's the guy signing your check and signing the other guy's check to get into your check? It's just like a rap game. And I tell these kids all the time, you might want to work for Marvel, but you be sitting in the cubicle doing somebody else's work, and then you're like wondering why doesn't my stuff come out? Then you're gonna be an angry guy. If you do make it, a lot of these guys are angry. They're mad.
That's right now. The reason why I'm that's right now. This is true.
They didn't benefit the stuff out of it.
That's right. True. Right now, though, I was at Milestone 2 or San Diego Comic Con. And most of the panel guys know me and stuff like that. So I'm sitting in the crowd, and I'm with Robert Roach, and we're talking about Milestone 2 and everything else coming out. And then Dwayne McDuffie's name come up. Robert, he's a little taken back because, he misses him. I mean, that was one of his best friends. I met him a couple times, really cool guy. But the thing is, he was the person that kept everything on point. With his passing, I'll tell you right now,
guys. I love
Milestone. Say right now, because he kept everything above board. It's the only reason why Milestone 2 is not coming out, because Dwayne McDuffie's not part of the project. So we're going to have Jim Lee come in and do a couple covers for us. I haven't heard anything out of Jim Lee's mouth about him doing anything for Milestone 2. So, I'm sorry. Unless I see some proof otherwise, Milestone version 2, 2.0, we're going to call it, ain't getting done because Dwayne McDuffie's not around anymore. And God bless his soul, though, but he is not around anymore. So, guys like me and Jabaar, we got to do our own thing. We can't wait for anybody else. Especially if you want black content with a true purpose, what we do. That's what we do, but not just all black. We also talk about white situations, Latino, everything. You want true storytelling, you come check out our stuff. And we tell you, I'll put anyone on the spot. I don't care if you work for Marvel or DC. I don't care if you work for one of the independent guys. Put your stuff up as our stuff, story writing, everything else. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a battle. Because I'll tell you right now, we're not taking any prisoners, especially when it comes to me about writing. You want me to look at your stuff? Okay. You better be on point because I heard what Dwayne does when he goes to Comic Con back in the day when he was around. He go through someone else's book, look through it. If something's off, he'll just politely put it down, not say a word, and walk away. That means you weren't ready yet. And that's why I am also. I do the same damn thing he does. Especially if I see you blam on the back of your book. I'm putting it down because you're not responsible for your own damn company yet. But as far as the business side of stuff goes, I'm good. And also, I normally talk about a beer or wine. Today, I want to talk about Mango Magnifico. It's produced by Founders. Great thing about that stuff, I don't know if you had it. I'm not too mistaken. There's a mango beer.
Oh yeah, I fucked that up.
Oh, Mango Magnifico. The great thing about it is that it has that sweet mango taste in the front, and when you swallow it, it actually has a spice in the back of it. I don't think I talked about Mango Magnifico yet on the segments, but I say right now,
it gets you drunk. You think you're just drinking something, and then you're like, oh, snap.
Yeah,
that's what happens. So you think, this is really good. This is really thick.
Yeah, because the reason why I brought it up today is because I was at Uno's last night. Everyone knows I go to Uno's front, but they had it on tap last night. I had to get it again. But actually, I found out they have that second part of the taste that once you swallow it, that spice is actually a habanero pepper. They put that actually in the mix, and that's the reason why that space a little burning spice to it. And I said that is a great balance. It gives a very different kick to the beer. So as like I said, it's from Founders. Mango Magnifico is freaking awesome. And I guess the last part would be about a movie. I don't know. Go back to classic or something current. Or review on something current or something classic. Something we both know about.
Something that we both know about. I would just say, go back and watch them old movies. Go back, tell your kids.
Give me a specific one now.
I have to sit there and say,
War of the World, something like that.
Menace Society. That's my favorite. I'm great to come up with a comic book that's gonna have that type of premises, but I'm putting that Turner in it. What would he do if he seen this going down? How would he relate to this? These type of days. What's going on today? Imagine this brother. After you gave him knowledge, like everybody else got this knowledge. But they acting like what I learned was not when I did it. Nobody else had knowledge of this, the Quran and the Holy Bible. Imagine now you have churches on TV and internet, and these people still not getting to imagine him going off in 2020. I'm already got a little bit of it going over it. I know what he looks like, and you know what I mean. I get it, brothers and sisters. And my thing already had a white girl before all that bullshit. Even like my man said, before you make your first million, do not mess with a white girl after you make your million. I'm not trying to be mean. Just like my man said, I was like, what? And a white guy said this, and I was like, this is crazy. But I'm looking at next thing you know, the TMZ has Chris Brown, and I was like, oh, this nigga bro already made him a couple million. And then she was already lying. She was running. I'm gonna set him up. I was like, Jesus. That's why I was like, man, if the girl was with you before you got in this business, if you're an artist, if you don't have an artist wife, you're done. That's one main thing. I told all my boys, I watched a Jack Kirby documentary. He had an artist wife. My wife looked at that in this project. She was like, you know what? That's you. That's you. The person that just sits at a table. Things are going on. Families running around, and you're just drawing. You just can't think of one thing. If you're driving and if you're eating, it's like, oh, I'm gonna draw a couple storyboards. Like I see something on my food, and then and it drives your mind. And the thing is, I tell kids all the time, that's imagination, and that's what they try to take out of school. They try to take that, and my dad will tell me, we can draw some, but the thing is, don't look at TV. So when I was draw, I do it to this day. I'm 43 years old and I still do it. I can draw and listen to TV. Just because I have different languages and different things going on, I can put the Latin TV on this and don't even know what the number of the name is. And I'm like, God damn, that sounds hot though. And let me put this Mexican part. Like I don't know why I'm going to put this guy. Looks like Latin. And the culture is getting me.
Well, it's all about vibration also. Like TV sound. It's a vibration.
We live by vibration. So it's just like that sound. And like if I go in my garage, it's on and popping because then I got a speaker that pumps almost like 100 watts and it's in my face and I draw. And I listen to Public Enemy and NWA, Professor Griff, or I listen to Roland Martin and I'm like, man, this is right on point. If I can listen to Paris, I'm listening to Paris and like Pistol Politics and he's talking about Trayvon Martin. What if you had somebody and you seen two other brothers on the street and they said, oh, that ain't gonna go down. Just like the Black Panthers, if you hurt a child in their neighborhood, and they're policing their own neighborhood, you hit their grandmom, and you're like, oh, this ain't gonna happen. Imagine the outcome if Trayvon was still here and they took him out. What would the outcome be in that rich neighborhood? The two brothers was like, oh no, that's a dream right there for a white guy to have that much money, and he riding around his dad's a judge and all this other stuff. Because Zimmerman has family that has money. So of course he's going to get off of this. I knew by the second day. Yeah, it's done and over with.
So where's the movie at? Because
you know they're going to one soon.
You know, but don't because
it's going to be big like Titanic and shit. Like, oh Jesus, this was beautiful.
Well, the Snow the Guy's own movie came out. They kept that on the down low like crazy.
Yeah.
It's being national. Now I wonder how much the government had play on that movie, because for you to release something national like that, the government has some looking to its files trust before you put that movie out. So.
Because I don't know too much about the dude. The dude, he's just bad. Like when you got President Barack, I don't even like you. You know when he looks like that and he's pissed off. I've seen some stuff where people pissed him off and you're a liar. When he does his face like that.
Really?
That's when you pissed him off. He's really calling you nigga. That's what he's really saying. And that whole face right there.
Is that saying about Trump right now?
Yeah, when Donald Trump says something like that, and you see, and he doesn't really know what he's doing. So how do you feel about Donald Trump saying this, and you see Barack Obama go like this? He's going, nigga. That's what he's really saying. Because if I was president, they'd be like, you can't say that, Mr. President. I'll be with Wide and give him a little pound and that. Bing, bing, brother. You're damn right, nigga. You know what I mean? But I like that word. I'm like Paul Mooney makes my teeth white. So you know what I mean? So, there's a lot of stuff that Barack Obama. That's why I said that brother's a strong. I don't like all his policies, but he's a strong brother because I don't got that skin. I tell people all the time. I said, but we have a platform to speak on. I said that's where he has it at. He has that form of speaking, brothers and sisters, where there's a platform for me to listen. Now, if I was saying the exact same stuff that he was saying, but said it in my type of tone, all these people upset. He plays it off and does it kind of good. He don't say like really. He should be right now. It should be about Chicago right now.
Oh yes.
He's ready to go home, but not to say nothing. I have to take some of them hit points off. You were the shit, but you're losing points, nigga. Every single day, you're losing points. Losing points. And I mean, it's cool. We have Black Lives Matter, and that's why I had to do a comic book about it. I seen a story that happened almost 4 years ago. A black kid got shot, and he's in the car, and the cop thought he was throwing gang signs up because he seen him saying something to his homies, and and he got in the car, and the cop fouled his ass and then lit his ass up. But he said some of the boys were looking, and he said he looked kind of suspicious because he looked at the cop kind of weird. And the thing was, the cop was getting his lips red. So when the boy gets shot in the back, he tried to run. He thought he had a weapon on him and all kinds of stuff. It's on CNN for like a day, like a couple of hours, and then somebody else got shot. Then it wasn't. Matter of fact, you know what it was? It was the movie theater the shooting when Joker came out. When the guy came out like Joker, and they let this guy get death duty, and this guy goes in and shoot a whole damn movie theater. They get a bulletproof vest and 30 goddamn cops to protect his ass, and then they're like, he got bombed at the house, and he gets protection? It's like you go to a church, and you go light up a church, and I was like, why these guys get protection, and this is the place where you feel safe at. This is where you're supposed to, because that's the children and stuff. So that's why I was like, what if you have superheroes and they're seeing this type of stuff, and how would they react to this? And this, we don't see it because everybody else is trying to be super spies and ninjas, and my black dude's gonna be just like that dude, but I'm gonna make it black instead of being a white guy. So it's like, but when you're watching something and you're reading something, because the thing is, and you got to put numbers together. Like that's why there's so many Bibles and stuff. I'm not trying to be like all this stuff, but you got to put all the numbers because sometimes numbers don't go right.
Well,
so
numbers
you have to put your own
shit
together. So that's why you can make books and you say this part of history. And by the time we get to the 70s, you start seeing these numbers. My dad always said, look at the history, and the history always repeats itself. And
well, no, not history. No, it's not history repeats itself. Humans repeat history.
Put it that way.
Humans repeat history all the time.
And that's where you get superhero content, because what would you do to stop this if this happened again? The 60s rise was nothing but, again, you put it again, you got the 90s rise. And that's when you was in there say, what happens if instead of just having people seeing the blacks on the TV, because that was the propaganda part of it, there was a lot more going on, just start showing everybody. And the first time we ever seen that, when we seen All Poor, You see blacks and whites together and Latinos. I ain't gonna leave them out. What's Katrina? We all started like, hold on. So that old white lady's she's in a tub floating down the street, and our president ain't giving a damn. No, he's out there on a hunting trip. They just shot somebody in the face. They saying sorry for getting shot in the face. So you got to think about like, if you poor, they not worried about you. So you got to think when you go to these Comic Cons and you have these books and you're that poor guy, you see the other guys. Sometimes it is painful when you're seeing these guys. They're great artists. I take nothing away from them, but that's all you can do is Marvel and DC and anime. What about the guy working hard? Like, you can be like, yo, dude, this is my stuff I sell. But what, you know, I put my talent in your book, and we put our money together, our minds together, and say, my book, your book and characters will look like what I have on them posters in this book. We put our money together. We don't need to go Kickstarter. We make their own business. That's what happened. That's why I think guys now are kind of like timid right now, because females, they try to push females so far to the side. They figured out like this we can run businesses. We gotta get you guys out, and the female books are like the hot top selling books.
Well, even look at the guests of the Comic Cons. You hardly see any females, much less blacks. But you hardly see any female artists.
Yeah.
Hardly. It's hard and rare.
And the thing is, because back in the day, to me, I still think it's criminal, because you look at it like, and the reason the big time guests don't look like females and they don't look like us, because it was criminal back then. Imagine if they let the floodgates open up back then.
How different things.
You know what I mean? Just like they opened up football and basketball and boxing and stuff. Imagine if they opened up the gates back then, but they didn't do that on art. Because they don't have to see you, brother. They don't have to see you all the time, sister, as they would call you. Or, please, like with Caitlin, we don't want to see you right now. Because Caitlin's out there doing more work than you can, and you're 70 years old, and she came out of college, she's kicking your ass, and you're wondering, like, how am I keeping my job? And the thing is, all you want to do is fire. I hope she gets pregnant so we can fire her.
Well,
and that's the thing. They don't want to hire for. They don't want to hire for a job. They want to hire for commission. And that's why I said, you know what, females, it's time to get our own stuff. Get your own shit. Go out and get it, because you're in the same boat as blacks. So if you're only 4.2%, we're only 2.4% out of 65 years. Something went wrong and it was criminal, and they still kept on going with it. And if you show a black this, they will still walk with a character from Marvel and DC. They won't even look at your character. And the first thing comes to their lips. It comes out their lips all the time. I don't know why they've got no Warner Brothers in the superhero movies. Because you don't buy them.
Yeah.
I have more white buyers than I have. I ain't mad at that.
Truthfully, yeah.
To me, I have called on when I listened to Chuck D. And Chuck D said, you know, I get so much respect for so much of these whites that they had called on. I went to a Public Enemy concert. I was like, that's some bullshit. Why? I'm gonna say all kinds of niggas. I'm with my girl. I'm kind of timid and shit. You know, I got a white girlfriend. I'm going to a Public Enemy concert. So we're going in there. Schoolie D's on stage, ripping them with yo-yo, and I'm looking at the crowd. I'm like, oh shit! Like, they got punk rock. They're jumping off the. They are setting it off. They go. Don't play die. It's a sequel. I'm saying that young white kid. He got green and red hair. They going up there like, yo, because they got it.
Yeah.
They got it. They got the message. And then the only time that is just like when they see my book, it's like hip hop on paper. Just like I try to make it like Brother Man, that type of stuff. They see it. Then the black kid stops. Their mom and dad have to grab them like, Dad, get your wrist over here and look at these black people's books. They look just like you. And the black kid's like, no. Because when they leave after that, the parents don't even want to sit there and pump that to them anymore. It's still there. You were doing it in front of them, and I was looking good. Make that child read. Maybe he might want to create a comic book. Jack Kirby was a white guy, but and my thing is, I didn't give a damn. But the thing is, I know I would never meet him, because there's a lot of guys that look like us. We didn't get to go to Comic Con. Our parents were on a whole different level, and the thing was, we had different things to worry about. Yeah. It was about living. When you guys were going to Comic Cons, we were talking about war on the streets, about crack. And I was wondering where I'm going to get my next pencil and where can I draw that. My friends tell me like all the time, you should write a book. Because half of the time, after my drawing stuff, I was homeless. I had my niece and we were homeless, and I was drawing, working at McDonald's. And then I'm like, I got time off, I got a break. This is the only food I'm going to have today before the soup line opens up 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I got to work in the soup line so I can get my free spaghetti and potato dinner and stuff. So, you know what I mean? And it is the hunger of drawing. Other people draw because, oh, I got pastime and this is my hobby. It's not a hobby to me. I had to tell my wife, you need to shut that crap up because this is my life. I live and breathe this. I have nothing else but my art, my family, my balls, and my health.
And the thing is,
that's it.
It comes back to that content part. Oh, we're going on. So this is a special edition. I might
probably to chop this all up.
Yeah, well, not even chop up. I want to keep it with. I might chop it up though. But the thing is that it'll come down to your content. Like I said, if your content is not on point, and it's like Marvel DC, no one's gonna pay attention to you because why are you mimicking them when you were supposed to represent your own self? Unless you work for Marvel DC, different story.
Different story then.
Yeah, but other than that, if you're coming your own characters, make sure it's unique and something special that no one's ever seen before, if possible. Yeah. But also look at current events. Look at the past.
Yeah, what's the Muslim superhero? Oh my God!
Oh, that's Captain Marvel.
That's just total beautiful. Mm-hmm. She don't fight on Ramadan.
What? Captain Marvel is Miss Marvel.
This is Miss Marvel. Then you got a normal size plus woman as a superhero. I was like, this is blowing me away. Some women are coming out the woodworks and they're driving it down their throats now because the thing is, they said, oh, they probably like, because a lot of people were like, we don't want to see Jessica Jones. Yeah. We want to see some more, some other. And soon Jessica Jones came on, I watched the first episode. They got to be hooked. Because this is the first time you're going to see a black man with the white girl, and she has drinking problems. And Nick Bro don't have him, but he got a bar. See, that's the smart thing. He's not the drinker. She's the drinker. She's the social problem. He got it going on. He has a good job, and he runs his own business, and he got a side business, and he's a hero, and he's not a sidekick. That was the good part of that. And you got to realize when you're looking at Jessica Jones, she's not no sidekick. She just don't want to be a hero half of the time. She'd rather be seeing everybody see her as being dumbed down. That's her alcoholism. Because when she has the baby later on, as the books, if you read them, because I like to read. I think the movies are good, but later on you see it and you're like, this doesn't happen in Marvel. They actually have a little mixed child. I have never seen. And you never have seen it before.
No, that's a mixed child.
Theirs.
Well, you know who it is, right? Miles Morales.
Well,
doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count my book. If you're Miles, I'd say off the back. The character's cool.
You get a gas face. We take it back to the 90s. Get a gas face. Like Nancy Search would say, you get the gas face.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that he named Miles Morales, but you think he's supposed to be half Latino, half black.
It's Barack Obama with big ears. That's what it is.
That's pretty much what it is.
Just like Superman. They're doing one. I'm gonna do one too. Yeah. That's what that was. I'm gonna do a black Superman if they're bringing out that one.
Yeah, but the father, father's raising is not. He's not even raising him. He's actually in boarding school. The father's not even raising him. But the thing is that they give Miles his mom's name, her last name, for the Latino part of him. But he speaks no Latino. He has no honor of his culture at all. And the father has some issues back in the day, like most, like they always say for black
radios and
stuff like that, and even his uncle is the what's it called?
It was an ex-gang like later or some shit like that. It's almost like Tony Stark's. Like the only time he does, like every time Tony Stark has fun, the Latino guy has fun. He has to have some liquor to his lips that he's just the shit. And you're like, Iron Man's the shit, but you break it down, you're like, hey, yeah, he has to be drunk to have fun. Look, all his movies, when he's DJing. He is having fun. You're like, yeah. Then you look at it like, yo, they won't even get a real Latino to play that part. Because imagine they say, yo, why does he always have to be drinking to solve any problems? This is how he solves his problems. And this is the only time he's likable. Well, when he's sober, the female that's working for him has to tell him what the hell is going on because he's been so fucked up all other times. He's been having fun. She has to tell Pepper, what I gotta do? You have to do this. I'm getting so tired of this. I'm just gonna make you a robot to help your ass out. We're gonna give you vision because you're just a drunk. And people don't see it as that. And to me, like, why does this Latino guy have to be drunk? I have Latino people in my family, but if I put them in the story, I'm not gonna portray them as drunks because every Latino people I know.
Think about it though. Edgar Allan Poe did his best work when he was high. I guess they're going off that philosophy.
This is
their only thing I can think of.
This is America, so.
But the thing is, why it always seems though when it comes to black males in comic book industry. We always have to ask some kind of ghetto style to us, or we gotta be poor or on welfare, whatever. But why can't you ever take like a middle class, well, except for Icon, you know, we did, but okay, you know, pretty much alien in a way, but
like
you
Soul,
know,
he's middle class, you know,
Yep.
he's trying to buy this townhouse so he can own it.
yeah.
Like that's
Well, ownership.
that's ownership.
Yeah.
Like he wants to own something.
Yeah, but
What's a black man own
Yeah.
until you got your own property? You have nothing. You got a social security number, so if you fuck up, they'll come to find your ass.
Oh, yeah.
So you best believe there's gimmick artists, stuff that you see, and there's stuff that you want to put out. So later on, somebody say, you know what, my family member said something like this, or my uncle was saying this. So when you're reading one of them books, you're going to be learning like by the all means necessary speech, and you're reading the Malcolm X, you're going to get the other part, not just the part that you always hear. Like I tell people all the time, like Martin Luther King, like they can tell you, well, little black boys and little white girl, and I had a drink. They can tell you that part of the speech, but they can't tell you the other 45 minutes going on. And they weren't trying to hear that. That's why they got with him. See, and when it comes down to certain things, that shaking of the hand with Martin Luther King and Kennedy, that was a great thing because they talked about that speech and they were like, we can't have that shit. Imagine if they come home and they get free schooling and college and health care and shit. You can't have that shit now.
No.
And that's the exact same conversation we're having now, but we only talk about it when a young black male gets shot and people are trying to vote. That's the problem. See, if you can have a platform to speak on, so if you have a book, you can put some of the essence in there. And the thing is, we don't need this to be shot just when you guys are voting and sit there and say, okay, Black Lives Matter, because we didn't matter until the voting.
Well, the thing is, you want true power in this country. You know what you gotta have? You have to own your own self, own your own product. The thing is, that's one thing that for black people, I'd say right now, I kid you not,
you gotta own it.